first time ever.
Appalling acts of terror.
We are ready to engage with a two-state solution.
Some of his most senior cabinet members.
The drivers of a new economic age.
The idea of creating a humanitarian corridor for displaced Rohingyas from Myanmar's Rakhine state has been supported by the United Nations for years. However, after UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres visited Bangladesh in March 2025, this idea gained a fresh momentum. While the exact location of this corridor hasn't been announced, it's believed to be between Teknaf in Bangladesh near Cox's Bazar and Maungdaw in Myanmar across the Naf River. Jai Hind and welcome to Geopolitical Insider, Team MND The Futurists. In this video, we will explore the objective behind the proposed corridor and examine the possibilities of the Rohingyas to return to Myanmar and the strategic dilemma of India. Now, the purpose of this corridor is to allow displaced Rohingyas to return Myanmar. However, this move raises serious concerns for both Bangladesh and India, particularly around national security, sovereignty and regional stability. Now, what are the security risks for India? For India, such a corridor would be problematic. It could lead to increased illegal migration of Rohingyas into India's northeast, a rise in drug smuggling and trafficking of weapons and people, militant infiltration from Myanmar-based groups into sensitive Indian states like Manipur and Mizoram. Now, this corridor could directly threaten India's internal security and disturb the fragile peace in the northeast. Moreover, India's important infrastructure initiative, the Kaladan Multi-Modal Transport Project KMMTTP, which links its northeast to Myanmar's Sittwe port, could also face serious delays and disruptions due to the instability in this region. Now, Bangladesh's internal challenges are also there. Although this interim government in Bangladesh led by this Muhammad Yunus has agreed to the corridor proposal, it has been heavily criticized within the country. Opposition parties, academics, security analysts have all raised alarms. The Bangladesh Army Chief General Waqar-uz-Zaman has firmly opposed it. Concerns include increased Rohingyas influx, drug and human trafficking, and national instability. Now, Bangladesh already hosts over 1 million Rohingyas refugees, and the corridor could further overwhelm its resources and border controls. Now, what is the complex situation in Myanmar? Let's understand that also. On Myanmar's side, the situation is complicated. The military junta covers only a few key areas like Sittwe and Kyanpyakyo. Most of Rakhine is under the control of Arakan Army, a rebel group with Chinese backing. Now, both the junta and Arakan, they have oppressed Rohingyas, and neither is likely to allow them to return safely through this UN corridor. The Arakan Army, established in 2009, is believed to have been created partly to disrupt the Indian-led KMMTTP and serves Chinese strategic interests. So it now controls area around China's 7.3 billion deep sea port, making the corridor politically sensitive. Now, Rohingyas and the risks of radicalization. Although Rohingyas and their militant groups like ARSA, so they may support this corridor, they lack the strength to fight the junta of Arakan Army. There are concerns that Pakistan may attempt to arm these groups in the future, increasing the region's volatility. Now, what is the global political angle? What are the US interests? There is also a growing suspicion that this corridor is less about humanitarian aid and more about strategic positioning by the West, particularly the United States. The US has been accused of playing a role in installing Muhammad Yunus as Bangladesh interim leader. So the UN's humanitarian push could be a cover of Western efforts to challenge Chinese influence in Myanmar by supporting groups like Arakan Army. The corridor may open the door for Western military aid to Myanmar rebels, potentially escalating conflict and creating a proxy battleground between the US and China. Now, what is India's strategic dilemma? The most important part of the video. With Bangladesh moving closer to China and Pakistan and following recent tensions like Operation Sindoor, an anti that we just launched, India must remain highly alert. Now, there are growing signs of collusion between China and Pakistan aimed at destabilizing India's northeast. For example, on May 15, the Assam Rifles killed 10 Myanmar-based militants in Manipur, indicating the increasing threat from cross-border insurgents. So if this corridor goes ahead, it would undermine India's border security. It may trigger a rise in insurgent activity and drug trafficking. It could delay or damage India's strategic projects like KMM-TTP. It might lead to long-term instability in both Rakhine and even in our northeast India. So what's the caution? While the United Nations is framing the corridor as a humanitarian gesture, it could have serious consequences for India's national security, Bangladesh sovereignty and regional stability. There are valid concerns that it's being pushed for geopolitical reasons, possibly to counter China's influence in Myanmar. India must stay. We have to be proactive and strongly oppose any such move that risks strategic interest in Northeast and broader Indo-Pacific region. I hope you find this video informative. I'll see you in the next video.